Welcome to the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. Go for good times, go for GoMart. I'm your host, Sports Information Director Jagger Furr, and with me now is head track and field coach Dan Meyers. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Jagger, thanks for having me.
Our coach, it's a big weekend for you guys at the Golden Eagle Invite in Charleston this past Friday. You had 3 school records, 2 national provisional marks, and 24 personal best. Had a few also get in the top 30 of the national rankings in Janae Scott and Will Jackson. Just what did you think about the weekend transpired?
Yeah, it was perfect weather. This was the meet last year where, our outdoor season started to take a turn for the good, and I think we did that again. We took advantage of great weather. They ran most of the running events at night, so it was a little cooler for the distance races, but phenomenal atmosphere, always huge to be able to compete in your home state, especially for the in-state kids who maybe competed at the state meet down in Laidley Field. So, kind of a homecoming for some, especially our Charleston, Putnam, like Huntington area kids that got to compete there a lot in high school, even in the regular season. So just phenomenal start to the day with Janae Scott. Coming into it, her lifetime PR was 42.5 meters. The first throw right out of the gate was 46.68 and had all 6 throws were above her previous, school record and personal record. And then to have 4 throws over the provisional mark. And she probably dropped a little bit after the weekend, but initially it was 17th in the country. And she knows she'll have to throw a little bit further to kind of stay in the national mix. And we're hoping for a big shot put from her this weekend at Bucknell. But then Will Jackson, newcomer of the year for our program for sure. He's ranked, I believe, second in discus or second in hammer in the league, and he's ranked first in discus right now. And to beat, Brody Schotterman's school record, which it was a great school record. It was really fun to watch, and he battled really well throughout the entire meet, and just really, really proud of him. And I'm glad that he's got a few years left with us, and that was a great start to the day. And then kind of moving over into the running events, I mean, Rory Taylor Young ran our fastest 400 since 2013, which was huge. Actually, Coach Markham jumped in the race and ran his first 400 in 7 years and helped pull Rory to a personal best outdoors. So that was huge. And, Natalie pretty much ran it solo, had about a 10 to 12 second gap on the field. Ran 4:34, which is 10 seconds above her previous school record and personal best, and not too far off the provisional mark. And, that was a phenomenal race for her. Just shows how far her strength has came. And in a race where she used to not feel super confident, that, she just looked like a veteran running that. And she's, primed for a good 5K here at Bucknell coming up this weekend. She hasn't ran one outdoor yet. So that was awesome. And then Braden Hashman-Diggy, as we call him, he ran 14:53, battled with one of the top hurlers in our conference from Charleston, and he dropped back a little bit, but initially that was 22nd in the country. I think he's 42nd after the weekend, and he's itching closer to that, provisional mark as well. So I don't believe, I'd have to go back and look, I don't think we've ever had a meet in school history where we hit 2 provisional marks in the same meet. I'd be hard-pressed to think that it's happened before. I don't think it has, but just a huge representation from our team down at Charleston. We competed well. Obviously, Charleston has a great team. It was their senior day. Got to compete against some in-conference schools. Rio, which is a great NAIA program. Damon was out of New York, came down, and Central State. There was some really good competition there, and we took a lot out of that meet.
And now you're reaching into the final couple weeks of the regular season this coming weekend with the Concord Open and the Bucknell Outdoor Classic. Just kind of talk about, what do you want to see there and just kind of how that's going to work for your team.
Yeah, it was originally just supposed to be just Bucknell, and then as we kind of got into outdoor season, I wanted to present the opportunity to anyone that wanted to travel down to Concord. We have 7 women, 7 men competing down at Concord, so we have 14 total athletes heading to Concord. Bucknell, where our full, we're taking a select group there. We're taking about 16, 17 athletes. The entries will come out tomorrow just to see if we got everybody in. Historic meet there, great setting, a bunch of different types of schools, a lot of diversity in the meet. It's going to be great temperatures, and even last year it was, and we still had a lot of great marks out of it. Phenomenal facility, and this is one of those meets that I even think is more competitive than Charlotte. It's just a meet that allows our top athletes to know, to get used to this type of environment, this type of pressure, this type of stress, and how they can go out there and perform and have people around them to push them to do their best. So A lot of big things we're looking for this weekend. I already mentioned Janae. We're trying to get a big shot put on the board and kind of solidify a national ranking to hopefully get her back to outdoor nationals. Natalie's going for the sub-17 attempt in the 5K, which is a huge feat. I believe, to my knowledge, only one or two girls in the conference history, WIVIAC or MEC, have ever done that. Just kind of crazy to talk about, from a year ago, just running 800s and 1500s, primarily 800. Just having a phenomenal year, and we're hoping to cap it off with some more big PRs for Natalie. Nick Pitchford's going for a big 800. It seems to be an event that he can kind of make a splash in this year if we decide to run him in that at conference. And then he's going to actually be running, which is kind of a little bit different for outdoors, but on Sunday, he's going to be running the full mile, and we'll get a conversion to the 1500. So we'll kind of set a new program record there, which is pretty cool. And overall, we're just really, really excited. Will Jackson's going to get some good marks. Rory, our 400 boys, Chase Living Good in the long jump's going to, have a chance to have a big performance. So a lot of newcomers to the program heading down to Bucknell with us, and I'm really proud of that.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on today, and good luck this coming weekend.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. With me now is head acrobatics and tumbling coach Taylor Broadwater. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me back.
All right, Coach, we didn't get to talk about it last week because the awards come out so late, but she had 3 girls earn honorable mention NCATA weekly honors with Savannah Duckworth, athlete, Amelia Underwood at specialist, and Emma Bockel at freshman of the week honorable mention. What do you think about those girls getting those awards?
Very happy to see them get those accolades. It does take our entire team, like I said last week. So I am very proud of those 3 individually, but I'm also extremely proud of my team to help them get those awards for the week.
And now coming up, you got the MEC tournament in Fairmont on Saturday. You got the 2-seed, 3-seeded Frostburg State 2 you'll take on. A team you played early or competed against earlier in the season, beat them by 5 points there. But you're 18 points better, like you mentioned before we were on the show. They've gotten better as well. So how do you feel about that meet going in on Saturday?
I feel good about the meet. I'm proud of what the girls have worked on and cleaned up over the last couple weeks going into it. At the end of the day, Frostburg is a very good team, so we still have to get the job done and do exactly what we've been working on. I am positive that the girls are going into this meet confident. Mm-hmm. I do feel like that is something that West Liberty helped us get that confidence back and them executing events that we've been struggling a little bit with, and I saw them kind of shine through and just do what we know how to do and that we've practiced every single day, finally putting that on the mat. I feel like that is helping us going into conference.
And a win on Saturday will put you in the championship meet at 6 o'clock on Sunday. But before that is the event finals at noon. You're expected to be in a majority of them. How do you feel about your team as you head into those event finals as well?
Very happy with where we're at. I do feel like we still need to fine-tune some things these last couple of days going into conference. But I feel like our start values and our execution is putting us in a very good spot to execute well and hopefully bring home some event titles.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on today, and good luck this coming weekend at MECs.
Thank you so much.
Basketball season is rolling, baby. Tony here, and I'm feeling the groove.
Brad here checking in, and when the hoops are flying, it's full court fun at GoMart.
That's right, the Groovy Hoops promotion is on now. Take your shot to earn bonus reward points and tokens when you purchase one of 6 specially marked items.
Collect all 6 tokens for an additional 2,000 points. Sign up for GoMart Rewards and watch your points soar like a slam dunk in platform shoes.
Go to GoMart.com or check the app for all the details. Stay groovy.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. With me now is head softball coach Sara Scoone. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, it was a split this past weekend. You're at Charleston, at West Virginia State. Started out in Charleston with the Golden Eagles. It was a 3-1 loss in Game 1 and a 1-0 loss in Game 2. Just what do you think of those 2 losses there?
Oh, I think a lot. So as far as how we played and how, what was in our controllables, our practice plan throughout the week was to stay on top of the ball, and we went out there and had umpteen million flyouts and swung at balls that were at our head. That just can't happen anymore. This is an upperclassmen team. There needs to be some sort of accountability within the team themselves to say, what, if one hitter does it, then I sure as heck will not when I'm up. Just learning from each other like that. I do expect the athletes to learn from their mistakes, right? So, and when you learn from your mistakes, when you move forward, it doesn't just necessarily have to be today, right now, this is what we're doing. Like when we saw her at home, we knew how she threw, we knew how they were going to throw us as a whole, and we executed that. You know what I mean? So then to go back and go right into it again, nothing changed with the plan of approach as far as what they threw to us and what they were going for. In game 2, we saw a little bit more change-ups, but they weren't necessarily strikes. So it didn't really affect us as far as the approach that they had coming to us. You know what I mean? So as far as that goes, I just need to see the kids execute a little bit better what's planned out through the week and buy into that and not, try to just play against themselves all the time. I do think, no one is harder on this team than I am. I will say that.
You wouldn't say.
No one's harder on this team than their coach. I promise. So with that too, I don't think it's, and this goes for every team in the MEC, every ball team ever. I don't think it's necessarily fair, maybe is a good word, where, we're hard on our players. We expect them to execute. But then when outside factors that they can't control end up controlling also a little bit of the game, I think that's really unfair for the athlete, if you want me to be honest. And any way that we can, control the controllables and, if we hit a little more, sure, maybe I wouldn't be, so concerned about, calls in certain areas. But as far as moving forward, I would hope that all aspects of the game can be a little bit more tailored in favor of the athletes that put in the work to show up and play.
And that you got the execution more there on Saturday. 6-2 win, 7-1 win. What'd you like about your girls' ability to turn around and get 2 wins there on Saturday?
Yeah, so that was great. We went out against State and kind of were a little bit more resilient, I would say. Yes, we hit a little better that day through and through. We hit a lot better, but we were consistent with it. And that's something that, I was looking up at some point, I think it was the 6th inning, where I was like, dang, okay, we've played 5 innings of ball, and 4 of those innings we've scored. Like, that's a good game. You know what I mean? If we can be consistent, we'll be pretty deadly. But, that's not, how do I want to say this? I'm more hung up on when we are in a situation where we have a really good opportunity to win a day, win a game, and really do something for this program and these players. That's when I want to see these kids show up and show out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want the response all the time. I want the controlled. I want them to go out and run it and not have to rebound every freaking time. So I would like to see more of that as far as my team goes moving forward for the rest of the year.
And now you have a chance to do that this coming weekend. Some big games on the road at West Liberty on Saturday, Wheeling on Sunday. West Liberty currently 3rd in the North, Wheeling last, 4-8 and 2-10 respectively. What do you want to see this weekend as your girls as you continue on with the season?
Okay, so I always say execution, and I always say, get the bunts down, routine outs, all that. You know what I really want to see? I want to see the Glenville State Pioneers go out and play good ball from inning 1 to inning 7. I don't want any lulls. I don't want any, complacency, like, we're up or we're down and it is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that anymore. I'm tired of, I think Charleston, actually, those losses were the first losses in a long time where we didn't give up. And I'm so proud of that. But that needs to be consistent, and this is nothing new. These, my players who listen to this are going to go, oh my God, this sounds like she's talking to us. Yeah, like how many times is she going to say this? Well, I'm going to say it until you do it. So I just really, I'm excited to go out on the field again. Of course, I love this group. I love traveling with this group. Truly, anyone who knows any of these players, they are second to none. As far as people go, I mean, you're not going to find a better group. However, as ball players, they're great ball players too, and they need to go out there and they need to believe it, and they need to go out there and believe it against whoever you play, and I don't really look at the records of other teams because any team at any time can beat anybody, and that's what this team needs to understand, and they need to go out and they need to control every aspect that they can control.
And that those games this coming weekend, Saturday, Sunday on the road, 1 and 3 o'clock both days. Coach, appreciate you coming on today, and good luck this coming week.
Thank you.